Last week, Hurricane Erin brought rough surf, coastal flooding, and closed beaches from New York to Florida. Fortunately, the storm never made landfall. The eye's closest approach to the U.S. was about 250 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, last Thursday. Erin grew to be a huge hurricane, in the top 5% in the Atlantic in terms of size. Other than Sandy in 2012, no other hurricane so large came that close to the U.S. in the satellite era, going back to the mid-1960s. Originating from a cluster of thunderstorms over Africa, Erin became a tropical storm on August 11th, just west of the Cape Verde Islands. 5 days later, across the central Atlantic, Erin peaked at Category 5 intensity with 160-mile-per-hour winds north of the Leeward Islands before beginning the turn to the right that would take it between the Outer Banks and Bermuda, destined to become extratropical in the North Atlantic. Here's a high-resolution close-up view, 1 image per minute, of the eye of Erin during the period when it strengthened into a Category 5. At this time, the eye was only about 7 miles wide. On the edge of the eye, where the change in wind speed was very large over a short distance, small swirls known as mesovortices pinwheeled counterclockwise at low altitudes. Here's a radar image from a Hurricane Hunter plane inside the eye. On radar, those mesovortices look like filaments or fingers curling out from the eye wall. These are associated with extreme winds at the surface and are rarely seen on radar because they only occur in the strongest of hurricanes. With the eye so small, hurricane hunters looking skyward experienced quite the breathtaking transition as they moved from the eye wall into the relative clearness of the eye. Now, when they looked down, they captured this amazing view of the ocean. The clouds over here on the right are the edge of the eye wall. Below that, the blue seas are whipped into a fury by the extreme winds there. But as you move to the left here into the eye, you see much less agitated seas. I've never seen an image quite like this before. Now, this data from a NOAA buoy about 250 miles south of Cape Hatteras shows the unmistakable fingerprint of a hurricane passing nearby. Green shows the rapid drop in pressure, followed by an equally rapid rise. The red and blue graphs show wind gusts and sustained winds that increase as the storm approaches and then decrease as the storm moves away. If any of my students are watching, I think this chart will appear on an exam near you later this semester. And Erin left behind quite an imprint on the ocean itself. Its powerful wind and waves stir the ocean, bringing cooler water up from below. That blue you see right here in the western Atlantic marks the corridor of colder than average water left in the wake of the path of the hurricane. As recently as this Monday afternoon, the extratropical ghost of Erin was still a giant swirl on satellite imagery just to the west of the United Kingdom, where it was already bringing big waves to the coast. Stay tuned. We'll let you know if there's any tropical action in our extended forecast next.